What is up YouTube, and welcome to this Vast of Night video discussing the ending. It's a great spin on the Twilight Zone or Outer Limits anthology shows, with the entire movie being set within a TV show, Paradox Theatre. This is every bit an homage to the very early episode of these shows, and the movie completely had me gripped. The movie had a shoestring budget, but manages to draw out tension and drama using just a small cast of characters, and relies on tight script writing and cinematography to make this 50s Spielberg movie come to life. I love movies with ambiguous and confusing endings, so subscribe with notifications on for more videos like this, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, because we do this kind of content daily. With that out of the way, let's dive in and dissect that mind-blowing ending. So the movie starts off with the town of Cayuga, New Mexico experiencing electronical problems. Yes, that New Mexico, you know, the one with Roswell. The 50s sci-fi aesthetic is something I am 100% here for, and the movie fires on all cylinders, giving us hints of what is going on and setting up important beats in the future. For some reason, I got some serious Alan Wake vibes here. Not sure why. We are introduced to Everett and Faye, who I was absolutely shipping, despite Everett being a bit of a dick. He's a sort of a motor mouth kind of typical 50s style character. He's helping her with a tape recorder that is incredibly important to her, and she would never leave alone, as we saw at the end of the movie. Everett is a DJ of the local radio station, and Faye is a switchboard operator, and as they go their separate ways, as he's been very chivalrous and seemingly walking her to work while helping her there, the things start to get very, very spoopy, and Faye gets a call from a lady who's worried about things flying overhead, and there is a bizarre noise. Obviously, the police are now unavailable as they have gone to investigate another incident that a trucker has mentioned, which is pretty ominous there as well. So probably there's other alien incidents happening throughout the entire town and surrounding area. So she calls up her bae, and he plays the noise on the radio, and that's very key here. So like I said, the noises are key, and after playing them on the radio, a man phones up and explains he knows exactly what that noise is, as he's heard it before, and he helped to bury a smooth object when he was in the military that had a lot of radiation. It's all very, very mysterious here, and I loved how the screen goes black as we hear his story. This is to make us listen intently, much like those oldie style radio sci-fi programs, which this is very much also based on. This object was very, very clearly one of the smaller spaceships we saw towards the end, and Billy was helping to bury this, the guy on the radio himself helping to bury this. Now, was it shot down or just simply crashed? It's unclear, and he was also unclear where it actually came from, because it wasn't Russia or any other times, because really this was set obviously during the Cold War. It's all very, very unclear. He does, however, reveal that the sound was recorded by a friend, but this friend is now died, and the recording was sent to the library of their town, so the pair rush to go and get this. This is played on the radio, and Mabel Blanche, the old lady, calls them. She tells the pair a story of how a train arrived in town with the passengers missing, but a feral woman was the only person to be found. As a survivor of what we learn is an abduction, everyone was completely taken. Muttering very, very weird words in her sleep, it was an indecipherable language. These are the words that the old lady was muttering when the pair first met her and entered the room. To me, it sounded sort of like Latin. She also talks how her son's first words were the same words the mysterious woman was saying, and obviously the words she had written down, she seemed to be reading them there, and I think it's very weird that she was reading them as the pair were walking into the room. She also mentions that her son at age 9 actually went missing, and all there was just some footprints leading to nowhere at all, so it was quite clearly abducted by these aliens. She explains how she thinks that the aliens are controlling us and cannot be stopped. It seems like this is all centered around the town of Cayuga itself, but she seems to think it is worldwide and there is no free will, and the aliens are the ones controlling the entire world. But like a typical Twilight Zone or Outer Limits episode, this is very much centered in just one town. It's very macro sort of centric. Also mentioned is that they attack when alone or can abduct entire groups of people, and the basketball game at the start, I think, is personally the target of the aliens, and I think that's why they have returned, as they took a train before, and perhaps the thing that Betty buried was actually trying to abduct a military base, but then was shot down. The crew go to take some photos of the ships as they hear the saucers are in the sky, and stupidly they play the recording of the old lady, and the driver becomes possessed. So this is how the aliens abduct people, and why the old lady's son went out on his own, and the mysterious lady, well, I think the mysterious lady was actually left alive to abduct even more people, because, well, this is how people are being possessed. Was she a plant? Was she a real lady? We will never actually know. The duo then see a gigantic ship in the sky, with a smaller saucer going to the massive ship in the sky. I do wonder if the mission to get the basketball crowd was successful, and we see a wind, which is presumably the wind that the first First Lady that was spoken to and revealed the whole thing was actually mentioning. There are then the tape recorder and footprints, just like the missing child story, and shots of the empty town play throughout the last parts of the movie. I think the town was finally abducted, and that's why the big ship was actually there. It closes with the TV set showing the TV show that was naming or framing the entire narrative, so it is a show within a movie, but still I really liked it and it was a stellar movie. So I do think that they have been abducted, and maybe their final kind of plan here was to pretty much abduct everyone. It really was a stellar movie, and I hope that they can actually make more in this fake TV show universe. But that is it for this video. Please drop a like down below if you enjoyed it, and do subscribe with notifications on, because we make this kind of content on the daily. And I'll see you soon, and goodbye.